Now, graduates, please rise and join Justin Odwack of the Marcel A. Deshotel Faculty of Music in the singing of O Canada, and remain standing for the traditional honor song and invocation.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We are here today because once, each one of you had a dream of a higher education. But dreams only become real when you work hard and accept the necessary guidance to make them a reality. On this day of celebration, recognizing our diversity, but honoring our unity as human beings, I invite you to quietly reflect in thanksgiving. To parents who have supported their sons and daughters with unconditional love in all possible ways. To professors who challenge their students to bring out the best in them and who many times did not know their real potential. To mentors who led by example. to friends with whom a laugh could be shared and a cup of coffee studying for exams, to spouses who held tired children waiting for mom and dad to come home and who were always a source of encouragement. As we embark on a new journey today, let us continue to learn from the diversity of gifts and resources amongst us. May the gratitude we experience today inspire us to make this world a better place for all people. Peace.
Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to Convocation. My name is David Barnard. I'm the President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Manitoba. I'd like to welcome our platform guests, Chancellor Harvey Sector, Ms. Patricia Bovey, Chair of the Board of Governors, Mr. Rennie Zagolski, Representative of the University of Manitoba Alumni Association, Dr. Srinivasan Reddy, 2013 Honorary Degree recipient, Mr. David Northcott, Distinguished Service Award recipient, Mr. Israel Adonijay, this morning's Honorary Degree recipient. And as President of the University, I formally declare this session of Convocation to be open. We're meeting today in Treaty 1 territory on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe peoples and the homeland of the Métis Nation. This university and this city sit at the crossroads of the Anishinaabe, Métis, Cree, Dakota, and Oji-Cree nations. Convocation provides our entire community with the opportunity to celebrate one of the core functions of our university, and that is the education of our province's next generation of global citizens and critical thinkers. For those of you who are graduating, our campuses have gone through some incredible changes, especially in recent years while you've been here. And of course, this is a day of change for you as well. I hope that today marks the beginning of really wonderful careers and lives, and that what has been accomplished for you and by you here at the university has prepared you for that. Hope that you feel confident, capable, based on what you've learned and experienced here. With the completion of your university degrees, you join the ranks of people we've described as trailblazers, rebels, visionaries, innovators, drivers of social change, cultural change, economic growth, people at the center of the communities they serve, whether those communities are here or halfway around the world. In fact, it's hard to find a Manitoba success story that doesn't have a University of Manitoba connection. Our people are often leading the progress in this province and are always part of the front line that's driving that progress forward. And around the world, our graduates are just as influential. In the past academic year, we celebrated alumni of this university winning a Nobel Peace Prize and an Olympic gold medal. Our graduates are ambassadors for the university and for this province of Manitoba. And when they succeed with the support and the pride of an entire province behind them. And that's the relationship that you begin with the University of Manitoba today. I say relationship to indicate a reciprocal connection, mutually benefiting both you and us. Through your years at university, each of you has prepared for a journey that begins today, and through your success, you'll contribute to and enhance the reputation of this university and of this province. Wherever you go from here, and from here you can go anywhere, you'll give meaning to words like trailblazer as you lead the way. You embody words like explorer as you discover new paths. You personify the term visionary as you see the world for what it could be and contribute to making it so. And wherever you go, whatever you do, we want you to stay connected to the university. You'll always be welcome here to connect with us, to connect with each other, to pursue opportunities for lifelong learning. You might return to attend a football game or to share your views at one of our award-winning Visionary Conversation lecture series, or to mentor students in your former faculty. You might choose to share the story of where your education leads you so that we can share your story to inspire others who will come here seeking a world-class education and an unrivaled student experience. No matter how our university's relationship with you changes, we look forward to that relationship continuing. So it's a pleasure this morning, on behalf of the entire university community and everyone who's gathered in this room, to congratulate you on your accomplishments, on your new beginning. You are alumni of the University of Manitoba. For the rest of us who are in the room, just a brief word. We're here to celebrate the accomplishments of the students who are about to graduate. So they and those of us on the platform are dressed in these robes that are different from our normal daily attire to remind us of the tradition that we're standing in, a tradition of many other institutions like this, many other days like this, many other students like these who have graduated. But we don't want the formality of the occasion and the difference in dress to put some distance between you and the people you came here to celebrate with. I expect that most everyone sitting in the stands came here because of one specific person whom you're proud of, whom you love, and you're here to support that person and to celebrate with them. Now, there'll be a relatively brief time when each person is recognized, named, given their certificate, and moving across the platform fairly quickly. And I want you to be ready for that. You may have something you want to express. Some families like to express their support by applause, some in other ways. We welcome a variety of responses, so be ready when the moment comes. I do suggest that you want to indicate support, not surprise, at the result. So this is a tradition, but it's also a family celebration, and we're here to celebrate. Thank you for coming.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, faculty, graduates, good morning. My name is Brian Doby. I'm the head football coach with the University of Manitoba, and I'm honored to be standing up here today to read this citation. The highest honor the Senate of a university can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria include distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Our honorary graduate today and this morning is Israel Adonijah. Wow, I'm going to go off script for a second and say this is just like an NFL game. This is a great game day for everybody, and of course for Israel, but for all the graduates today. This is game day. While quarterbacks in the NFL have scrambled to escape his grasp, thousands of young people in Winnipeg, in Chicago, and in West Africa have found comfort and hope in getting a hug from Israel, Izzy Adonijah. A feared defensive lineman and a humble humanitarian, Mr. Adonijah is an extraordinary study in contrast. Izzy is the only Manitoban and former Bison football player to ever suit up in the NFL. His career spans more than a decade, and during that time, this 33-year-old has experienced something that few of his professional peers ever will experience: playing in football's ultimate competition. In 2007 Super Bowl in Miami. He has debunked the myth that kids from Canada can't crack the NFL. And it's a message he shares with current Bison football players every time he returns home. I don't care where you're from. You should set your goal for the highest possible achievement, says Mr. Adonijah. Impressive as his on-field accomplishments are, Mr. Adonijah has never let his career define him. He calls his status as a professional athlete his platform and uses that platform as a foundation for what has been a lifelong endeavor: community service. For his charitable work, Mr. Adonijah has received numerous honors, including being recognized at the White House by President Barack Obama and former President George H.W. Bush as a Daily Points of Light awardee in 2013. Since 2007, the primary vehicle for Mr. Adonijah's philanthropic activities has been the Israel Adonijah Foundation. It focuses on kids in underserved communities in the three places that Mr. Adonijah literally calls home. West Africa, where the foundation delivers humanitarian aid. Winnipeg, where it hosts an annual inter-city all-star football camp right here on this campus. And that will be this Saturday afternoon, by the way. And in Chicago, where he leads a variety of after-school mentorship and community relation building activities. Of particular note are several endeavors Izzy initiated in Nigeria. He brought a team of doctors and nurses to a series of remote villages to provide medical care to those without. In another instance, he brought 1,600 pairs of shoes to children in similar villages. And he's told me this on several occasions, how he shared their joy as they experienced wearing shoes for the very first time ever in their lives. It is because of actions such as these that in 2010, the NFL recognized Mr. Adonijah as one of 3 finalists for what is absolutely one of its most cherished and respected awards, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award. In recent years, Mr. Adonijah has branched out beyond the work of his foundation to reach kids in different ways. He started a comic book series called the Protectors. As an entrepreneur, Mr. Adonijah builds brands and opportunities reflective of his own diverse interests. The end result always has a very, very positive impact. Mr. Adonijah's childhood experiences helped forge his identity. His family immigrated to Brandon, Manitoba from Lagos, Nigeria, when he was 4 years old. His father, Henry, and his mother, Choice, both Christian missionaries, didn't have much money, but they exposed young Israel to the wealth one realizes through selfless acts of charity. Inspired by those early experiences, Mr. Adonijah's personal investment in his foundation today goes far beyond lending his fortune or his fame to the organization. His work with kids parallels his role on the football field. In both, he is an indomitable presence on the front line. To both, he commits himself 100%. Mr. Adonijah was traded from the Chicago Bears in 2013, but not only did he continue his work in Chicago, but he also looked to get involved with youth in Detroit. After only being in Detroit for a few weeks, he teamed up with an alternative school and began an incentive-based program to help them make improvements in their school. He was re-signed by the Chicago Bears quite recently and moving forward into the 2014 season, which he's training for pretty much as we speak. Last summer, he joined Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel in a bet with kids who are part of the Rahm's Readers Literacy Program. The bet, if the kids collectively read more than 2 million books during the summer, the duo would take the traditional polar plunge in Chicago the following spring. Yeah, the kids won the wager. This past March, Mr. Adonijah made good in his promise, joining Mayor Emanuel and TV talk show host Jimmy Fallon for a very, very frosty dip in Lake Michigan. The water hovered above the 0-degree mark, but the smile on Mr. Adonijah's face told the cameras that there's no place he'd rather be and nothing that he wouldn't do for the kids that he loves. On a very personal note, I would like to add this. As parents, family, and friends, all of us today are gathered here and are so proud of the young men and women that are sitting in front of us who are graduating. To Israel's parents, Choice and Henry, I've gotten to know you so well over the years, and I've watched you do such a remarkable job in raising such a wonderful family. Because of you, one of your sons stands here today as such an accomplished and caring man who continues to go so much back to our community and the communities around us in this world. Thank you. And I'm serious, as Bison football coach, thank you for sending him to the University of Manitoba. And to you, Izzy, we have shared so much as Bisons, including a Vanier Cup experience. On behalf of your teammates and your coaches, thank you. And all of us will have that bond and we'll be Bisons forever. I'm so proud of you. Mr. Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba, that you confer on Israel Adonijah the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Doctor.
Wow, Coach Dobie, thank you for the kind words. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, to the graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I stepped on this university campus when I was 17, and today I'm 33. Over that span of time, so many people in this room have been critical to my development, to my maturation, and to Coach Dobie, my parents, I can't thank you guys enough for your support, my teammates, mentors, and just close family and friends, the cousins. And I'm just so thankful and grateful and just appreciative of the people that have poured into my life. I want to take really a few minutes, though, to focus on a message for the graduates and to share with you a few keys that I feel have been successful, been a part of my success and a part of me achieving, my goals. And first being that life ultimately is about relationships. And every relationship that you have is at the root of your opportunities and the things that you go forward to do. So take your time to find the value in the relationships around you, to find the value in the situations and the opportunities around you. That will carry you forward and give you really a great perspective as you go through and work to achieve your goals. Secondly, plan. When you're going in uncharted territories, your map is your key component to achieving your destination, to getting to your destination, and your plan is that map. Your short-term goals, your long-term goals, plan A, B, and C, laying those things out, laying out that framework is critical to getting to where you want to be, to achieving your goals. Third, make sure that you surround yourselves with people that are like-minded, and really ultimately two kinds of people. People that are where you're going in the same direction as you, people that you can lean on, that you can get feedback from and get support and learn and grow together, but also people that are already where you want to be, mentors. And those people are critical because they have a map, they have a plan, and they will expedite your process. They will expedite your journey. Find a mentor, be a mentee to somebody. And finally, life is really but a collection of moments. For me, this incredible moment today, standing here, started when I stepped on this campus at 17. And this chapter at the university has been incredible, but it went by in a blink of an eye. The moments pass so quickly. And for anyone, there's no greater regret than to look back and say, I wish I could have given more. I wish I could have done more. I wish I focused a little more. So in every moment that you have, cherish it. Give everything you have. Focus and do all that you can so that you can say, I gave my best. I did all that I could do. And what I promise you will happen is, at the end of the day, when you slow down, when you look around, you will have come much further and have achieved much more than you could have imagined or have dreamt. And, for me, I've lived that. I've lived through that. And so make sure you find value in relationships in those opportunities. Plan, surround yourselves with mentors and like-minded people, and work harder than you ever have, or give everything you have to your work. And as I really think about this world we live in, we're all connected and interconnected. And my actions, your actions, the things that we do, we all affect one another. So I just wanted to say that I truly love every one of you, and I look forward to watching you not only achieve, but surpass your dreams, surpass your goals, and continue to not only make our community better, but to make our world a better place. I congratulate you guys for graduating and completing this chapter in life, and I look forward to bigger and better things, greater things to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Adonijay. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, Madam Board Chair, honored guest, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is John Kiersey, Vice President, External Relations, and I am pleased to be here this morning to introduce to you one of two recipients of this year's Distinguished Service Award. Distinguished Service Awards are conferred by the Board of Governors on the basis of distinguished contributions to Manitoba in areas which are of major interest to the University of Manitoba and/or which are directly associated with the university. This year, the Distinguished Service Award is presented to Mr. David Northcott. David Northcott was appointed to the Order of Canada in 2012 for his commitment to fighting poverty and hunger in Canada. It is a passion he fulfills from his platform as Executive Director of Winnipeg Harvest. He served in this capacity from 1985 until 2004, and again from 2007 to the present. As a fighter for social justice, Mr. Northcott shares his enthusiasm and wisdom with many other organizations. He is chair of the board of the Vanier Institute of the Family and a board member for Artists in Healthcare Manitoba. He serves as vice president of the Manitoba Association of Food Banks, and he was the chair of the Member Council of Food Banks Canada. He is also former chair of Celebrate Canada, the Manitoba Committee, and a former member of the National Anti-Poverty Organization, the National Council of Welfare, the Manitoba Chambers of Commerce, and Youth Employment Services. He has served on the boards of Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Western Canada Aviation Museum, and as chair of Volunteer Manitoba. He was also a member of Canada's delegation to the United Nations' Second World Food Summit. Through all of his roles and works, he has had an impact on countless lives. Mr. Northcott is a model for how to live a life for others, and the University of Manitoba's Board of Governors is honored to recognize him this morning with its Distinguished Service Award. I am pleased to ask Mr. Northcott to come forward and accept from Board of Governors Chair Patricia Bovey the Distinguished Service Award for 2014.
We now turn our attention to the academic achievements of our graduating students. Before proceeding with the conferral of degrees, we would first like to recognize students who have achieved the highest standing of their class. First, Sarah Stashuk, Faculty of Architecture. For achieving the highest standing in the Faculty of Architecture, Sarah Stashuk is awarded the University Gold Medal. Prior to studying at the University of Manitoba, she attended Campbell Collegiate in Regina, Saskatchewan. During her studies in the environmental design program, Sarah met professors, mentors, and colleagues who have had a lasting impression on her life. Attesting to her creative spirit, she enjoys quilting and sewing in her spare time. For achieving the highest standing in the Faculty of Education, Terry Willard is awarded the University Gold Medal. Prior to this degree, she received a Master of Science in Forestry and Land Use Management from Oxford University as a Rhodes Scholar. Terry researched and presented her ideas at Westcast 2014. Being part of the Faculty of Education Weekend College has shaped her understanding of what can be achieved in education. For achieving the highest standing in the Desautels Faculty of Music, Ernst Bartel is awarded the University Gold Medal. Ernst attended Colegio Philadelphia, a high school in Paraguay. In 2012, Ernst was a recipient of an undergraduate research award, which saw him study piano pedagogy. Outside of schoolwork, he enjoys playing collaborative piano. A complete list of winners of medals and prizes is shown on your program, commencing on page 159, and I invite you to read this at your leisure. I now invite Chancellor Harvey Sector to address convocation.
Thank you. It's one of the special privileges accorded to the Chancellor to be able to participate in convocations. I never quite thought of it as being game day, but Brian, I'll take your word for it. It's an honor to be here today to join you, the graduates, your family and friends in celebrating the completion of your current programs. Sincere congratulations to Dr. Donoghue on receiving his honorary degree, and to David Northcott on being named a recipient of this year's Distinguished Service Award. As well, sincere congratulations to all the students who are being recognized with awards and prizes for their individual achievements. As you've heard, the university has a rich history that dates back to 1877. In over more than 135 years, it's developed an enviable reputation because of the many contributions that faculty, alumni, students, and many others connected with the university have made to the cultural, social, and economic well-being of the people of Manitoba, Canada, and increasingly throughout the world. David Matthews of the Kettering Foundation a few years ago said, "Democracies need something more than written constitutions, free elections, and representative governments. They also depend on a strong public life, a rich depository of social capital, a sense of community, and a healthy civil society." This relationship is reciprocal because while only a democracy can support a civil society, only a civil society will sustain a democracy. Over the years, I've become convinced that it's the contributions that each of us can make voluntarily that will ensure the continued development of our country as both a civil society and a democratic way of life. Our honorees today, both Dr. Adonijay and Mr. Northcott, are prime examples of the kind of difference each of us can make in our own way, using our own talents and strengths to build community through personal commitment to others. We may not each be in a position to make the kind of impact that they have, but as Robert Kennedy once said, each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of our generation. So it's something that we should all think about and make a commitment to do. It's been said that when we graduate, we leave not only with a diploma, but with the reputation of our alma mater. We're all the beneficiaries of a legacy left to us by former graduates and the leadership provided by many outstanding members of the community called the University of Manitoba. I'm confident that many of you who are graduating today will heed the message that we heard this morning and do what you can to follow that example and see the university's reputation enhanced even further by the contributions you'll make to your chosen fields and to your community. We all hope that as you reflect back on your time here at the University of Manitoba, you'll feel that while you were here, you moved a little further along the path towards becoming all that you were meant to be. Congratulations, best wishes for professional careers and personal lives that are both filled with much success and great satisfaction. Well done. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, I now have the honor to request, on behalf of the University Senate, that you confer upon the candidates the degrees and diplomas earned by them, as these shall later be announced. Will those who are to receive degrees and diplomas please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are severally entitled, with all of the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. I also admit in absentia those who've completed the requirements for these degrees, but who are not today able to be present. Please proceed.
Will those graduates in the front row please remain standing, and the others may resume your seats. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Master of City Planning, with Dean J. During presenting the parchments and Dean Ralph Stern of the Faculty of Architecture hooding the graduates. Brock William Feenstra. Andre Nathaniel Friesen. Lacey Adele Godet. Dylan Paul Harris. Elizabeth Catherine Saftiuk. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidate whom you have admitted to the degree of Master of Interior Design? William Conrad Gray. Jessica Joyce Fair Cost. Jennifer Gray Norrie. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Master of Landscape Architecture? Taylor Danielle Larocque. Melissa Jenny Leah Nerink. Marcella Quesada. Sean Michael Andrew Stankiewicz. Noman Syed. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Master of Education with Dean David Manzik of the Faculty of Education, hooding the graduates. Susan Elizabeth Sinclair Andre. Anita Best. Verna Ellen Budd. Ian Neil Cook. Myrna Michelle Davis. Lorraine Marie Demonier. Wayne Dixon. Heather Genevieve Graham. Kristen Ashley Johnson Hayward. Kristen Joanna Hildal Shawn. Stephanie Ann Isaac. Cindy Sanjana Kirupakaran. Tara Lindsay Rempel Clausen. Evangeline Cusio. Joseph William Lindhurst. Christopher Michael Macareg. James Douglas Mackey. Roman Matwichuk. Jennifer Barbara Anna McGowan. Calvin Marcus Wahab Moore. Jeffrey Godfrey Dibali. Regina Newton. Jon Olofsson. Nadine Louise Tremblay. Michael Eldon Watson. Crystal Dawn Weens. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Master of Music with Dean Edmund Daw of the Marcel A. Desautel Faculty of Music, hooding the graduates. Melita Mudri Zubach. Andrea Dorothy Vika. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Design, with Dean Ralph Stern of the Faculty of Architecture presenting the parchments. Recipient of the Gold Medal in Architecture, Sarah Stashuk. Jamal Mahfouz Asi. Ashkan Sohbani Atai. Jenna Lee Atkinson. Billy Lloyd Bautista. William Joseph Bazan. Robert Andreas Belton. Joey Chan. Amanda Davina Chandar. Hillary Page Cohen. Kevin Ryan Completo. Omar Jordan DeMessa. Hong Yu Duan. Jim Kurt Areño. Allison Jill Furley. Jonathan Noel Abreu Ferreira. Joel William James Friesen. Megan Daniel Giesbrecht. Megan Rose Gillespie. Fallon Denise Gladu. Catherine Hansen. Courtney Brianna Hucko. Stephen Hung. Calvin Eisner. Leighton Anthony Janis. Brennan James Jelinski. Matthew Daniel Jolly. Caitlin Ray Kalk. In-G Kim. Stefan Daniel Clausen. Christina Shancy Kamoli. Anastasia Christine Kowalchuk. Kristen Lee Kuzdub. Rachel Leon Marie Lafont. Leanne May Lanzar. Tatum Brown Lawler. Chris Lawrence Ladier. Vivian Lim. Chelsea Mayer. Sarah Maria Manteufel. Christopher Lance William Mariash. Fernando Maya Meneses. Victoria Diane McCrae. Bradley Paul McGregor. Lindsay Marie Marecki. Tu Nguyen. Zachary Roman Nimchuk. Scott Nicholas Normand. Stephen Andrew Oberlin. Diego Fernando Ortiz Barragan. Catherine Jane Peters. Catherine Maureen Pahoya. Danielle Ahava Pollock. Melina Cork. Joshua Corey Robb. Deanna Retha. Noelle Ava Rosier. Darko Siduk. Danielle Ann Soret. Heather Marjorie Ann Scott. Rahul Sahejpal. Janine Diane Senecal. Andrea Teresa Smith. Ruth Camille Soldevilla. Luke Cruz Tamayo. Vincent Tang. Jillian Maureen Teterenko. Melanie Christine Verplatz. Sky Alyssa Marcella Villamil. Ivanka Sylvia Waplak. Jonathan Daniel Watts. Eric Tsunted Wong. Haikun Shu. Jennifer Diana Gwynn Yablonsky. Megan Young. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Education, with Acting Dean David Manzik of the Faculty of Education presenting the parchments. Recipient of the Gold Medal in Education, Terry Lynn Willard. Amanda Teresa Akisto. Catherine Elizabeth Adamson. Coral Elena Addison. Beshta Ahmadi. Sarah Christie Badu. Amrit Singh Basi. Brandon James Betteridge. Christopher William Boylo. Asfa Bakari. Brianne Nobre Bonin. Garrett Michael Brooke. Megan Alexandra Brown. Nicole Renee Bueller. Michelle Bui. Adam Donald Earl Burnett. Lydia Pina Caligiuri. Stephen John Peter Campbell. Ashley Marie Carvello. Daniela Catanese. Erica Lynn Noto Chalmers. Jillian Ann Chapnick. Guy Georges André Chapla. Jill Marie Christensen. Morgan Elizabeth Christie. Alicia Renee Como. Angelina Maria Christina Constantine. Brandy Lynn Cook. Philip Andrew Cook. Dana Marie Cox. Nicole Peggy Dale Bozick. Vanessa Dawn Del Grosso. Danielle Emily Delacqui. Thomas Brett Delisle Bougen. Kirsten Rachel Dobriansky. Travis John Downing. Matthew Ronald Duda. Samantha K. Anerson. Kate Rebecca Elliott. Delaram Esmail Zadeh. Shirley Iwanchuk. Catherine Fayokun. Carla Joanne Fair. Lindsay Brooke Fennell. Caitlin Vernice Fickert. Blair Andrew Fortune. Christy Marie Friesen. Amanda Dawn Fulton. Carly Virginia Gallant. Matthew Darrell Gazelle. Lottie Giesbrecht. Sean Philip Giesbrecht. Lydia Gindy. Elizabeth Rebecca Ginther. Chantal Nadine Marie Girardin. Liliana Godinez Lara. Jory Goodchild. Donna Del Gregerson. Shelley Lynn Gray. Avery Ernest Griffith. Nicole Leanne Hadley. Jessica Ann Hamulka. Joël Sabourin Harbinson. Melissa Harmon. Catherine Marie Suarez Hawgood. Sarah Lynn Hawley. Crystal Lynette Hildebrandt. David Albert Hildebrandt. Chelsea Horochuk. Tawny Shannon Horton. Madeline Francesca Hoskins. Chelsea Linnea Hummelt. Holly Joy Hunter. Chantal Megan Jack. Shannon Grace Jeffers. Jon Magnus Jonassen. Nicholas Edwin Jones. Amy Marie Jorgensen. Carol Lynn Kalinsky. Lindsay Erin McIntosh Kirby. Andrew Stephen Claprat. Recipient of the Faculty of Education Program Medal, Early Years Stream, Carl Justin Clausen. Matthew Craker. Neelam Nikki Kumar. Samantha Michelle Kvern. Daniel Stephen Bruce Law. Glenna Katie Lee. Micheline Elisabeth Lessard-Lesque. Chelsea Ann Levesque. Lauren Brett Lindahl. Brandy Renee Lipaway. Años Marie Villamiel Lucas. Lisa Nicole Lumgare. Craig Andrew McFarlane. Jenna Michelle Maximic. Michael Ryan Martins. Julia Christina Martin. Ryan James McGinn. Afton Elise McKee. Amy Melissa McLeod. Jennifer Ashley Mahayden. Robin Monique Marasti. Lindsay Dawn Miller. Reese Stephen Mitchell. Miriam Saeed Mohammed. Linda Moyer. Jessica Nickel. Ruantika Tisaru Nilmalgoda. Kathleen Norberg. Aaron James Nussbaum. Troy Colton O'Brien. Catherine May Olson. Andrew Anthony Scott Osipa. Sarah Ann Michelle Osman. Rena Powell. Taylor Matthew Palmer. Kristen Ashley Parkin. Ryan Stephen Thomas Parnell. Caitlin Dorothy Amy Parr. Scott Norman Peterson. Andrew Fan. Samantha Audrey Porco. Anna Stefania Porpelia Singh. Sean Richard Porteous. Christopher Joseph Prevost. Thomas Hugh Walter Price. Holly Muriel Prue. Brady James Pullman. Maya Janine Roddens. Erin Kathleen Rafferty. Alfred Ray Rakeen. Cody Lane Reimer. Carrie Ellen Rempel. Larissa Erin Rempel. Lauren Heather Reynolds. Jeremy Roger Richaud. Rihanna Marie Robson. Christine Denise Russell. Rebecca Ann Russell. Holly Sabourin. Archibald San Juan. Riley Daniel Salt. Stacy Leslieanne Sorenko. Carissa Ann Shetler. Kristen Token Schmidt. Jennifer Nicole Shaver. Victoria Rose Angela Sherwood. Crystal Dawn Scotchless. Kirsten Rayanne Smith. Melanie Shishuki. Briette Elizabeth Stanke. Jules DeVille Stiles. Laura April Svab. Alyssa Jean Talbot. Jocelyn Tan. Eric Jordan Tangay. Ashley Farron Taylor. Emily Ann Taylor. Samantha Sue Allison Tees. Brett Jean Thibodeau. Candace Lynn Unruh. Natalie Denise Van Dam. Anita Noel Van Katz. Zachary James Ward. Catherine Loren Warner. Kendall Lee Webb. Erica Dawn Werbowski. Ashley Lauren Wheatley. Bridget Suzanne Wiebe. Michelle Elizabeth Wiebe. Lori Patricia Worsima. Demarie Josephine Frances Wilson. Juliana Rachel Wallman. Lacey Lynn Wood. Sandra Leanne Wood. Garrett Shane Young. James Donald Young. Tyler Matthew Zilke. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the post-baccalaureate diploma in education. Eric Kwadwo Apia Odame. Kevin Brian Carter. Rosalind Marie Chupka. Christy Michelle Geith. Sabrina Sarah Guntert. Jessica Jenkinson. Lynn Chaban Johnson. Quinn Jessica Lee Jones. Nazma Jasmine Sumabat Qasim. Jenna Lee Kostyuk. Tanis Maureen Kyle. Rolly John Layson. Jennifer Kathleen Linda Pasternak. Nicole Melanie Priestley. Gershanjit Kar Sidhu. Laurel Elizabeth Thorne. Martina Vergata. Dorothy Jane Wesley. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Jazz Studies with Dean Edmund Daw of the Marcel A. Desautel Faculty of Music presenting the parchments. James Lewis Carter Graham. Joanna Tendai Mayoko. Aaron Kelly Sabash. Brooke Haley Van Rysel. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Music. Matthew William Careless. Leland Patrick Davis. Evan Patrick Giroux. Bobby Knott. Lauren Marie Zerke. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Music, Composition. Zachary Ryan Bales. Michael James Jeffrey Ducharme. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Music, History. Simon Matthew Rusnak. Emily Dawn Sabados. Amy Lynn Whitaker. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Music Performance. Recipient of the University of Manitoba Gold Medal, Music, Ernst Ivan Bartel. Edvani Klebia Silva. Alexandria Amelia Gray. Peter Joe. Victoria Ann Marshall. Elizabeth Nazarenko. Tristan Everton Pearl. Thomas Clayton James Roberts. Christine Wolfe. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Music. Ian William Wallbank Campbell. Shanice Cassandra Crichton. Jane Stephanie Fingler. Brendan Evan Jansen. Anne Colleen Langdon. Melanie Victoria Scorapata. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidate whom you have admitted to the post-baccalaureate diploma in performance. Marlise Lynn Ritchie.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, Dr. Idonije, distinguished guests and new graduates, congratulations on your accomplishments. You have earned a degree from Western Canada's oldest university, one backed by a tradition of excellence that stretches back 137 years. I hope this fills you all with great pride and confidence. You now follow in the footsteps of alumni who have given the world a wealth of knowledge and hope in diverse endeavors. But beyond the professional benchmark set by those who preceded you in this educational journey, alumni from the University of Manitoba have and continue to be some of our community's most valued leaders. As you develop your confidence and expertise as professionals, I hope you never lose sight of the invaluable contributions you can make each and every day to the greater communities you serve. Be involved Be engaged with your alma mater and with professional organizations. This year, you have helped the University of Manitoba reach a significant milestone. We have now graduated over 200,000 students since 1877. And within that membership, we find no shortage of world-class innovators and leaders, and the odd NFL football player, and I encourage that you all inspire to nothing less. Alumni embody both the knowledge learned and the values upheld at the University of Manitoba. They are, and you are, the university's finest ambassadors. As you pursue the next phase of your education or careers, be mindful of this fact. Because this community we share only gets stronger when we pursue opportunities that deepen our connections to one another and to the communities where we work, live, and learn. Thank you and congratulations on your degree.
Before we bring this session of convocation to a close, I want to ask you to take part in a special celebration with us. We're streaming this event live on umanitoba.ca, and for those watching online, we'll be ending our live stream at this point, so I'll just pause briefly so that can happen. I want to build on what Mr. Zagalski has just said about the role of alumni. As alumni, you are the greatest ambassadors of this university. The reputation of the university, our students, this province, are enhanced through your success and the achievements of all of our graduates. We're approaching an incredible milestone for one member of our alumni community, Dr. Marcel Desautels. Dr. Desautels is a strong philanthropic advocate of innovation in new programs at Canadian universities. He's contributed more than $25 million to the support of students here at the university. But more than that, he's been a passionate ambassador of this university and a passionate supporter of our students. A number of the students who are graduating today are from the faculty named in his honor, the Marcel A. Desautels Faculty of Music. Many of them have benefited from Desautels scholarships. Maybe you could just, those of you who are from the Faculty of Music, if you could just identify yourself in appropriate ways. Marcel is a regular visitor to campus. He loves to come and visit the Faculty of Music, loves to meet the students who've received the scholarships and to see what's happening, to perform sometimes with them. He's unable to be here with us today, so I'm going to ask the Dean of the Desautels Faculty of Music, Dr. Edmund Daw, to tell us a little bit more about Marcel.
Thank you, President Barnard. Marcel often says to me that our students are our future. He's passionate about post-secondary education, and to date, he has given well over $100 million to 4 Canadian universities. Of the 51 wonderful music students who graduated here today, 36 of them received Desautels scholarships. So Marcel is an incredible supporter, but he's also a treasured friend. And when friends reach milestones, we like to celebrate with them. This Tuesday, Marcel will celebrate his 80th birthday, Tuesday, June 10th. So we thought it would be a great idea if, since he is the largest donor to the University of Manitoba, that we had the largest group of people in the university's history singing happy birthday to Marcel. Our cameras here today will be able to capture a wonderful video of this tribute to Marcel. At this point, I'd like to invite Justin Odwack back to the stage to lead us in singing Happy Birthday. We will be accompanied by Lottie Ansbraun on the organ. And if you're wondering about the words near the end, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Marcel, happy birthday to you, will do just fine. And judging from the energy in this room, I think we can raise the roof on happy birthday. So, Justin. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Thank you. Thank you, Edmund and Justin and Lottie, and all of you for participating in this. This morning, we've talked a lot about our graduates. We've focused on the accomplishments that they've made so far. And I want to say to you, we are extremely proud of you. We're proud of what you've accomplished. I think I can say on behalf of the entire university community and certainly everyone in this room, we're proud of the things that you've done to bring you into this room today for the recognition that you've received. But what we hope is that what you've accomplished so far is just the beginning of what you'll accomplish in your lives. And we look forward to learning more about what you do as alumni of this institution over the next years and decades, and we expect to be very proud of that as well. This brings us to the end of convocation. I would ask members of the audience to remain in your seats until the academic procession has left, and then please follow us out to a reception on the pedway directly to the right of the main entrance as we leave the Max Bell Fieldhouse. And I now declare convocation to be in recess until this afternoon, when some of us will return to celebrate with another group of graduates.